All right, good evening. Welcome to another edition of 49ers Live tonight. Professor B here at the studios here in San Francisco. Niners continue to prepare for this week as they prepare to take on the Philadelphia Eagles for Wild Card Weekend on Sunday. They get back to work today. We're going to get to Kyle Shanahan's injury update with the team going forward for this Sunday. The We'll have his press conference audio. We'll have the audio version and give you all the latest on the 49ers news and so much more as we get you ready for the playoff game for Sunday. That'll be a kickoff time 1:30 Pacific. That will be on Fox. So we're going to take you now to the Kyle Shanahan's presser from early in the day as they're getting back to work with the injury update. And the 49ers also today signed Kajir White for linebacker with their linebacker depth very limited. And in other playoff notes, Jordan Matalia, Lane Johnson, the veteran for the Eagles, is back as well for the Eagles for the playoff push. So beginning their defense, their title of the Super Bowl. So let's get to Kyle Shanahan. And this was earlier today. Audio feed courtesy of 49ers.com. From 49ers.com. This was earlier from today, which begins right now.
Kittle ankle limited, Yetur knee limited, Gifford quad limited. That's it.
You've been pretty regular that if guys don't practice on Wednesday and Thursday, that they usually don't play. For a playoff game, Kyle, does that how much does that equation change? Like,
I mean, it changes for a playoff game, and I don't have any rule with that in the regular season either. Just usually depends on the guy, whether they've done it before, what the history is of the player and stuff like that. But whatever gives us the best chance to win on Sunday, we'll without a doubt do it.
Usually gets a day of rest today. I mean, is today's not practicing part of that rest, or is it the hamstring?
No, he's still hurt. I doubt he would. I hope he'll be better and can get some in tomorrow, but I'm not sure where we'll be at tomorrow yet.
Did that aggravation happen during one of the practices last week?
No, it happened in the game before that. We didn't do anything last week in practice. It happened in the game versus Chicago. But he's same boat as Trent.
What's the biggest challenge going against a Vic Fangio defense?
I mean, Vic schematically he's always been the best to me, as good as anyone there is. Has a very sound scheme that he doesn't need to change up very much. It just naturally changes with how he does his coverages, how he does his fronts, the personnel groupings he does. He's very good at. You'd have to ask him. I mean, I've tried all the time. It's been an opportunity. He's always been with someone else when that's happened. I mean, I tried real hard in 17 when we first came here, and I tried like 2 other times on separate occasions. So Vic's a guy that I've always respected, gone against a number of times before I became the head coach. So that's why I respect him so much. And through the process, been able to become friends with him.
you've gone, yeah, just because you respect that, that him
was just I was able to be a coordinator for 9 years before I became a head coach, and so there was just things that I was used to going with that over time, not just 1 year, but just a few years that you start to respect the most. And I always respected Vic's defense a ton, whether it was at Chicago playing, whether it was at San Francisco playing them. Um, and then with the Seattle defense and stuff, I earned that respect by going against Seattle and being in Atlanta with Dan Quinn.
Kaiser White, just back a bit, is he someone who just based on experience, he could potentially be available to play this week?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, we got to see him out there today for the first time, but I've always had a lot of respect for his game. I played him at a number of different places, a number of different teams. I remember Staley talking him up a lot last year because he was able to coach him, and it sounded just like the guy I thought we'd win against a lot. He was a very smart, instinctual linebacker that no matter what scheme he was in, I always felt like he had a good beat on what you were trying to do to him.
You and him had a little dust up in a joint practice against the Chargers a few years ago. Did that come up at all?
It got brought up because they reminded me on my prep for you guys. But yeah, I do remember that. Finished that beef with him today. No.
An injury signed here. Now Brock's back, he's kind of faded. What's your biggest takeaway on his impact this year? Is it fair to say that you guys are not in this position without him?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, anytime you lose your starting quarterback for 6 or 7 games, kids would do something like that. 7 games, I think it was. It's always a huge deal. When you got a guy who comes in and plays like Mac, I mean, it was a big reason now we were able to have 12 wins. Rarely can you have 12 wins and miss your starter for half the year. It was huge, just like when we lost our first string and second string guy in 22. We had a pretty impressive third string quarterback come in when we were able to get the 2 seed with that. So it's you don't just have success with any backup quarterback. They got to be the right guy, the right player. And what's been so cool with Mac that he might have faded in the background, like in the media and stuff. He hasn't been playing on Sundays, but I mean, he acts the exact same way at practice, the exact same way in the meeting rooms. He's broken the team down still a number of times, and those guys are very close. And he's got a very genuine way of acting that the team's gravitated to.
Jalen Hurts a few times now. What makes him be successful as a quarterback?
I mean, one, he's got a big-time arm. So, I mean, with those wideouts and stuff he has, I mean, he's capable of making any throw, whether on time or whether extremely late, because he's usually when a quarterback's late, you can't throw it that far and catch up with those guys. He can. So you got to honor the entire field with them. And anytime you have a quarterback who's capable of doing that, who also is a threat every single play throughout an entire game with his legs, it's an issue, whether he uses it or not. When someone is a threat like that, you have to adjust certain things that you don't have to worry about. There's other people, and whether they do it or not, you got to honor it, and that slows down your whole defense as a whole.
Callum's going to practice today. Obviously, you guys liked him in the draft process. He had 2 good college stints. What do you like about him? Is there any chance he can go this week, or is that all for next year?
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, we really like Jake. We liked what we drafted, and we loved what we got from him last year when he was available. But he got hurt the first day of training camp, and really hasn't been able to string it together many days since then. So we got him for 3 weeks. So I'd say there's a chance to get him back in and see what happens over these 3 weeks. But for a guy to not have any practice throughout camp or this regular season, it's going to be a little unrealistic for this week.
Was in between jobs for took off 2022, and he was here, several OTA practices. What was he? Just like, hey, what's up? Visiting? What was the purpose of him being?
Well, I mean, one, I think his girlfriend was from here, so he was in town a lot. 2, I thought there was a chance that the D coordinator that we had could possibly get a head coach job the next year, so I want to be prepared. So Vic and I were talking about that stuff a lot and hoping that could possibly work out if we did change or get a new coordinator. But I remember the morning of our game versus Philly, I think it was, he signed with Miami, so lost one.
What's the challenge of an opposing team going into Philadelphia and playing a playoff game where you guys are
I mean, always with every place you go, it always starts with crowd noise. I mean, anytime you can talk about the fans and all that stuff, which is, to me, that's more fun. I don't think that really affects the guys with helmets on who are out in between the lights. It can affect family members and things like that if they choose to go in the stands. But that's just really irrelevant in the game. It has to do with how loud that crowd is. They're going to be going. You got to give them a reason to be quiet. And if not, it's an extremely challenging place to play. You're not going to be able to hear. And respect that.
Big first team league prep going on here, early prep for the Super Bowl. Has that affected you guys at all? Has it affected the team? Anything you got to move through?
No, nothing with our spot. This is we have to take a different way in the morning. That's been so far, so it hasn't been an issue at all. We don't, do we? I think it's the same. We always have Thursdays. Yeah, I'm not sure about the media stuff, but no, we got a normal schedule this week. We got to do a couple different meeting times after Thursday's practice just because of the time change. We don't want to land in Philly at midnight on Friday, so we'll fix a few meeting things up so we can get there like 11:15 instead. But it's a totally normal week.
Given what happened in this last playoff game in Philadelphia, is there any consideration in having three quarterbacks in the house?
I mean, if I did, that'd be the same consideration every week. I don't really chalk it up to that only happens in Philly. It's down somewhere else, and I mean, with that rule that you don't get an extra player, I mean, I don't know anybody who can ever choose that really, unless you're playing with someone who's really injured and you don't think they'll make it through the game. But I mean, to play with one less player throughout the game because of something that, for me, has happened once in 23 years, and other people I've worked with once in 45 years, just probably wouldn't be the best odds.
KP was going to be opposite Nick Bosa, and then Bosa went down. How did that impact him the way to his blocking?
You said with who?
He's going to be opposite Bosa, and you lose Bosa, and he's kind of limited.
Yeah, it affects it a ton, and not just obviously having two big edges is a big deal, but then being able to move people like Michael in the three technique on pass rush situations, G2 we plan on having inside. That was going to be our starting four with two good edge rushers and two really good inside rushers, which affects everything. Nick can get a turn to him. Then when you have a three technique on that side, it opens up that gap for a speed rusher like Cuff. So it's definitely been challenging for us in the pool. I thought he's held up pretty good. I mean, he had that hamstring, which I think obviously set him back, took him some time to come back from. I think because of issues that we've had on D-line with injuries and stuff, we've had to play him more than we want, which is never a good thing for a guy who really majors in pass rush situations. But he's had to do it for our team, and I think he's held up fine doing it.
Consider Kendrick's kind of being still kind of consistent with the regular side of White, and then also that you guys just had to play as far as the Seahawks, and then they rested theirs. How beneficial is it to have a week of regular practice coming off of 2 short weeks?
Oh, it's crucial. I mean, it's our first normal week since beginning of December, and we got an extra day playing on Saturday. So having 8 days this week was, you'll deal with whatever, but it was very important.
Small scouts that Christian has had this year. You worry about him getting worn down at this point in the season? What do you do to mitigate that?
I mean, that's why you hope to have a full week recovery. I think that's a huge deal. I think it wasn't just the 3 games in 13 days. It was also all national night games, East Coast game, there's a Christmas in there, not having a bye week till 2 weeks before that, December. So like that stuff does add up. But when you get to this time about being worn down, I mean, worn down usually leads to injuries. You don't have guys at this time. So I look at it as Christian's made it through that. And this is all we have guaranteed right now is Sunday. We have nothing guaranteed after that. So once you get to this part of the year, no one thinks about anything like that. Who's that? I think he's playing. I thought he had his best game last week, and I think he's had a number of real good games. But we've been excited since Stout's gone here, and I thought he's had a really good rookie year. I haven't reviewed that game for a little bit, but I'm sure you can tell us who got hurt in that game. I'm sure he played awesome. He had a really good game that game. It was a fun game.
Check for almost a decade now. He played or started 17 games this season. Have you seen any change in him over 2017?
I think he's gotten better. It's been weird, but and we've managed him differently over the last couple of years, just as he gets older. But Kyle, in terms of if I ever can get out of coaching and I want to focus on like longevity and just being healthy, that's the dude I'm hitting up first. I mean, he is deserves that. He's pretty smart, and he works at all that stuff, and is extremely consistent in everything. And I've been really amazed with him, and just that there hasn't been a fall off. And he's, everything we've done in our offense for 9 years, he's just such a big part of. And there's been really nothing that we've asked him to do that he hasn't been able to do, and make it even better than expected. Yes. Yeah. We'll get there someday. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's Kyle Shanahan talking with the
Hey guys,
media
something I want to talk to you about.
earlier
There's a change in the air.
Two changes.
earlier in the day. Talking with the media down in the Bay Area. So the 49ers will be getting ready to take on the Eagles. Of course, that's the kickoff time will be at 1:30. You can catch the game on KTVU Fox 2 in the Bay Area. And the Niners will be on the Niners flagship KVR 680 104.5 FM as Guy Haberman filling for Greg Papa and Tim Ryan with the call at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. And always, if you want to come on the subscribe button, please click the subscribe button, youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. Catch all the content in case you missed this podcast tonight. Just a reminder, tomorrow we're going to go on a little bit early tomorrow because I'm going to be watching the college football playoff. Good luck to my Miami Hurricanes. They will be taking on the Old Miss Rebels in the Fiesta Bowl, and that will be a 4:30 kickoff time in the college football playoff semifinal. And good luck to the Hurricanes. They'll play in that first game, and then Friday night will be top-ranked Indiana versus the Oregon Ducks, and then the survivors of the Final Four will make it to Miami Hard Rock Stadium for the national championship game. That will be coming up in, I think, 12 days from now. So good luck to all the four teams that are made to this point, and go Hurricanes. Let's take this time out, and when we come back, we'll have some little news and notes and some other news going around, 49ers stuff going on. Professor B, you're watching 49ers Live tonight here at the Satellite Digital Media Studios in San Francisco on Niners Radio 49. So, we continue on 49ers Live tonight. Checking out some other news. Fred Warner And this was a good one. Last time Fred Warner was in action was back in Week 6. The four-time All-Pro linebacker suffered his dislocation, broken right ankle against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on October 12th. Since been out, and he's been only limited to just 6 games, registering 51 combined tackles and 2 tackles for losses. And Warner will not play in Sunday's game against the Eagles. Warner and his wife Sydney Warner announced some big news on Wednesday. They took on social media of their newborn baby girl. The Warners are now a family of 4, so congratulations. So that's some good stuff there. There. So tomorrow we'll have a special day. We'll have a 49ers Live around midday tomorrow, and then I will have a big announcement regarding the game as well. We're going to be on location, and we're just hoping that Warner be back for the. If the Niners were to get to the NFC Championship, he'll be back for that game. But the Niners got to take care of business first because it's after it's one game, and beyond that, it's no guarantee. So if the Niners can take care of business against the Eagles, they will advance to the divisional playoff, and the Niners most likely will be headed up to Seattle if that was to happen. So we just got to focus on the, So that's going to do it for tonight. We'll have a short show tonight. Thank all you for watching. 49ers Tailgate will come on later this week. It's going to be our final regular season finale. Last home game for the year with the Niners failing to win the NFC West and get that home field advantage. So it'll be our final tailgate show for the year at Levi Stadium. But it will be over. So I got some big, we will be on location for the wild card game. So latest news on the 49ers, go to 49ers.com. And I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. Thank you for watching tonight. And so long. Thank you for watching 49ers Live tonight. 49ers football or 49ers Live is a part of the Satellite Digital Media News Network. Wish you all a very pleasant good night, everybody.